Good afternoon, Patrick here from Complete Health. And just coming to obviously the end of clearing the house out today, it's been an absolute state. Just New Year for me is always one of those times where I declutter and get rid of a lot of the junk in the house to get ready for all the progress in which we need to achieve. And one of the things that we're actually aiming to get done this year is we're aiming to have our kitchen done, we're aiming to have all our walls replastered, the electrics done, the bathroom needs redoing, the outside of the house needs re-rendering. So we bought a house with the intention that we knew that it needed doing up. Now, in that process, you have to go through a lot of junk or a lot of rubbish or a lot of really not pretty situations where, say for example, the plaster is off the wall, or the walls are not painted, or there are holes in the wall, or the wires are bare, or the taps don't work, etc, etc, etc. But a lot of us, when we're in a scenario where all you can see around you is the rubbish and the junk, it becomes really difficult to focus on what your end target outcome might be. Now, obviously, me and my partner have got a vision or a dream of what our house will actually look like at the end target. Now, this really reminded me of a lot of the things that I see with clients, because clients, when they're coming into the clinic and they've got a health goal, a lot of the time they can only really focus on the junk or the bad things that are going on at that moment in time, rather than focusing on what the benefit's going to be at the end or at the outcome, at the final goal of what they really want to achieve. So that might be that someone's come in with a back problem or a neck problem, they might have headaches. And say, for example, things might be going really, really well, and all of a sudden they have a bad day. And all they can really focus on is that junk or that bad situation, in the same sense as someone that's ripping their house apart might only really be able to focus on the mess that's going on in their house and not really thinking about what that room or that house is going to look like at the end target, the end goal. So in order to really understand and keep yourself tunnel visioned so that you don't see the mess, is get clear with what your targets or your outcomes might be, or your end outcome or your end goal is going to be, and make that the primary focus. Because when you've already decided what the end focus or the goal or the target is going to be, it makes it much easier to travel through the hard work. And a few examples of things that I can relate to this, say for example with my degree. When my degree was getting really hard, my vision was always focused on what the end outcome was going to actually be. Say, for example, again, same when I say about my house, the end target is, what is my house going to look like when all of the rubbish and all the building work has actually finished? And same again, when I look at patients and their targets, and say, for example, they've got headaches or back pain or neck pain, what is that end target? What does that look like to you when those headaches and that back pain goes away? It might mean that you can go back to the gym. It might mean that you can play with your kids. It might mean that you can go back running again. It might mean that you can repair cars. It might mean that you can go back to work. When we look at the bad stuff around us or the process that we have to go through, like I say, often it can feel bad, uncomfortable, awkward, painful. But what we always forget is what that joy or that happiness looks like at the end of the tunnel. So make yourself clear, fix your targets, set your goal, and then makes it much easier to go through the hard work to get to that outcome. Guys, that's Patrick here from Complete Health. I hope you found some value in this. If you know someone that could benefit from this, please tag them in the videos. We really want to obviously help people hit their health targets this year. One of our biggest targets here in the clinic is to try and serve as many people in Eastbourne as we possibly can. So if you know someone that will benefit from this, we are going to be starting a new special offer coming through January to help you set up to be new year, new you, so you can really hit your full health potentials this year. Because one of the biggest things for us is for people to be happy. Really, we need to be healthy. And Richard Branson always says this: you cannot have wealth until you have health first. One of the richest guys on the planet, and he will always tell you, you can't buy your health back. So one thing that we always want to get people clear and help them with is to get really clear on their targets so that they can actually get the best out of their lives. Till tomorrow, Patrick here from Complete Health, and we'll speak to you again soon.